2023 has been a questionable year for horror fans. Despite hosting several great features, has shown very little in the underground and overseas market. This being said, the year has shown great potential for all platforms. Whether it be low budget, independent features or Hollywood-produced mass screeners, alternate cinema has seen a sadly underwhelming year of releases, but this doesn't mean it's without its gems. Having searched high and low for the very best examples of the genre, it's with great pleasure to return to what I love the most and present to you what I believe to be the top 10 horror movies of 2023. For this list, I'll be ranking the greatest movies to have been released in 2023. And before we begin, as a post-edit edition, a special recommendation goes out to Godzilla Minus One, which in current opinion would place at number 3 in this list. So let's begin. Number 10. Following M. Night Shyamalan's noticeable decline in quality over the last 20 years, Knock at the Cabin delivers a pleasant reminder of the once great dark director. Taken from the novel The Cabin at the End of the World, the story flips the home invasion genre and presents an end-of-the-world scenario in which a small family of 3 have to decide which 2 will survive or else face the apocalypse. Featuring a surprisingly competent performance from Dave Bautista, the movie was mostly criticized for mostly changing the original nihilistic ending. However, still presented enough suspense and psychological exploration to deliver a gripping narrative. Number 9. For a franchise spanning almost 30 years, Scream 6 was initially greeted with ambiguity. However, upon release presented enough variety within itself to satisfy the majority of lifelong fans. Continuing the story of the Carpenter sisters, the franchise moves from the familiar location of Woodsboro to New York City. Rehashing the concept of yet another copycat killer, the movie presents the concept of a hyperfan of Ghostface. Sadly not featuring main hero Sidney Prescott, Scream 6 still manages to deliver an entertaining yet overly familiar slasher to cover all bases for new and seasoned horror fans. Number 8. Blending both the home and alien invasion subgenres into a single picture, No One Will Save You serves as a familiar yet fresh take on an otherwise outdated concept. Following the story of Bryn, a loner and societal black sheep who finds herself victim to an extraterrestrial invasion. Earning the praise of Stephen King and basing its aesthetics on supposed real-world accounts, what makes the picture so different is the lack of dialogue, relying almost exclusively on visual storytelling. Sadly let down by its uncanny valley effects and polarizing ending, No One Will Save You still has enough suspense and thrills to make it a proud entry in the alien invasion niche. Number 7. The fears of pregnancy and childbirth is not often covered in alternate cinema, but still, there are several examples of outstanding horror. Huesera, the Bone Woman, being one of the best. Following Valeria, a woman with trepidations after becoming pregnant becomes haunted by a disturbing broken woman. Upon searching for answers, she falls deeper into her own twisted psychosis. Mixing Mexican folklore and featuring an interesting commentary on the loss of childhood and sexual identity, what stands tall is the overall presentation. Directed by Michelle Garza Cervera, Huesera is a stunningly crafted movie that delivers genuine scares, great atmosphere, and a dark psychological story. Number 6. Keeping the family name proud, Brandon Cronenberg's third cinematic outing tells the twisted tale of a struggling author who, upon being the driver of a fatal accident, finds himself subject to a new kind of experimental capital punishment. Exploring the concept of cloning and the reckless sense of immortality that comes with it, the movie dives into the extreme eccentricities of the hedonistic lifestyle and presents a uniquely unsettling vision. Starring Alexander Skarsgård and an always welcome appearance from Mia Goth, the picture hones a familiar bizarre aesthetic and trickle-fed narrative that serves as proof that Cronenberg may no longer be just a family name, but the title of a genre unto its own. Number 5. At first glance, Totally Killer appears to take the tropes of a traditional slasher, but this time presented with a stylish time travel twist. Showing shades of The Final Girls, we follow Jamie, who after becoming prey to an urban legend serial killer, is transported back in time to find herself in the killer's heyday. Starring Kiernan Shipka, what makes the picture stand among its peers is its style and disguised intelligence, also presenting a generational fish-out-of-water comedy that only adds to the experience. It's a highly entertaining and a great whodunit mystery. Totally Killer has all the markings to become a fan-favorite slasher. Number 4. One of the most original alternate pictures of the year, Talk to Me tells the story of a mysterious hand sculpture with the ability to allow the user to be possessed. Although being able to foresee the turn of the narrative, what caught many off guard was its brutal execution yet modern take on storytelling, feeding the viewer just enough gore, chills, and intrigue to keep most horror fans at bay. Created by first-time directors Danny and Michael Philippou and featuring a standout performance from Sophie Wilde, in a year that's seen many established franchise sequels, Talk to Me has proven that fresh ideas are still possible and also still able to deliver an outstanding experience in alternate cinema. Number 3. Following the footsteps of a beloved franchise is no easy task. Directed by Lee Cronin, Evil Dead Rise will prove many skeptics wrong and affirm that the brand is as strong as ever. Telling the story of the third Necronomicon as referenced in Army of Darkness, what sets this installment apart from its peers is its focus on morbidity. Shifting the familiar location to an urban apartment building, the story follows a small family as they try to survive a bloody and gory dead-eyed onslaught. Featuring an outstanding performance from Alyssa Sutherland, Evil Dead Rise has proven that the franchise remains remarkably consistent in delivering first-class horror entertainment. Number 2. As one of the most suggested pictures to this list, When Evil Lurks is a movie that truly caught me off guard. Telling the story of two brothers as they discover a long-possessed man who threatens to unleash a being of supreme evil. We follow their journey to save the ones they love while unwittingly breaking all the rules. What makes the picture truly stand out from its peers is the incredible universe created by Demian Rugna, who paints a deep, dark world that feels all too believable. Holding a somewhat Korean feel in filmmaking and storytelling, showcasing shades of the wailing and moments of brutality that rivals the sadness, When Evil Lurks stands as one of the greatest examples of independent movies of its generation. Before we get to number 1, if you enjoyed the Minute Top 10s, show your appreciation by hitting the thumbs up button and be sure to subscribe to keep up with the channel. Also, have your say in future Top 10s and follow Demented Pictures on Facebook or consider supporting the show on Patreon, link to the description box below. Number 1. Despite the franchise have been milked to an almost comical degree, Saw X came almost out of the blue to turn the tables and present the main antagonist John Kramer as an anti-hero. Set between the original and second movie, we follow Kramer as he seeks an unprecedented cure for his cancer. To discuss the story further would be an injustice to the delightfully devilish plot. Showing Jigsaw in what could be considered his most pure form, delivering some of the most gut-wrenching traps to date. The movie is also peppered with enough throwbacks and Easter eggs to make any Saw fan squeal. Potentially triggering a new Saw X trilogy, this first installment unquestionably delivers an outstanding return And although Saw X is not my personal favorite of the franchise, it stands as the most proficient and enjoyable example of everything that makes the series so iconic. So there's my list. Were there any I missed? Which 2023 movie do you love the most? Leave a comment below and be sure to check out some other top 10s on screen now. And remember, no list is definitive but the one you make yourself. This is Micro Demented Pictures saying, may your movies be bloody and your scares be shitless.